In 1998, more than 490,000 pounds of smoked boneless hams were recalled by a well-known food processor because they had been contaminated by a gear lubricant that left a bad taste and caused burning of the throat, according to customers. We've all heard stories. Unfortunately, it seems like they happen every other week. Whether your operation is food grade or not, lubricants contaminating your raw materials spells disaster. Of course, when this happens in a food processing facility, it could mean serious public health risks and the potential for costly recalls. Prior to 1998, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, was responsible for the approval and compliance of food-grade lubricants. To gain their approval, lubricant manufacturers had to prove that all of the ingredients in the formulation were allowable substances according to FDA regulations. Of course, this did not take into account how well the lubricant actually performed. So when food processing facilities looked for a food-grade lubricant, they were faced with limited choices and shorter lubricant life, which often resulted in lesser performance and protection. Typically, this meant using technical-grade white mineral oils as the universal lubricant choice for all applications. Currently, in the US and other countries, the National Sanitation Foundation, or NSF, manages a voluntary registration program for non-food compounds and proprietary substances. These are products used in the processing and pre-processing stages of food production. NSF International launched this program to reintroduce guidelines established by the USDA, such as formulation, labeling, and usage reviews. Products complying with these guidelines are issued a registration letter and carry the NSF registration mark on their label and related literature. Non-food compounds with this mark assure food safety inspectors and end users that products used in and around food processing meet the appropriate food safety requirements, so we can avoid unsafe food and costly recalls. NSF categorizes lubricants based on the likelihood they will contact food using the original food designations developed by the USDA: H1, H2, and H3. H3 lubricants, also known as soluble or edible oils, are used to clean and prevent rust on hooks, trolleys, and similar equipment. H2 lubricants can be used in places where there is no possibility of contaminating the food. Because there is no risk of contamination, H2 lubricants don't specifically have a defined list of acceptable ingredients. But there are some substances it definitely cannot contain. And H1 lubricants are meant for food processing environments where there is some possibility of incidental food contact. Lubricant formulations may only be composed of one or more approved base stocks, additives, and thickeners. Approved base stocks include white mineral oils, which are highly refined and are colorless, tasteless, odorless, and non-staining. There are also a number of synthetic base stocks, which typically have a significantly greater oxidation stability and wider range of operating temperatures than white mineral oils. They are also being used more and more often in high-temperature applications. And there are even some silicone-based stocks, which have an even higher thermal and oxidation stability than the synthetics. Oftentimes, these base stocks alone are unable to meet the demands of processing work environments. To improve their performance characteristics, additives and thickeners are blended into the formulation. This includes things like antioxidants, corrosion inhibitors, anti-wear and extreme pressure additives, and high-temperature, water-resistant thickeners. But for today's food processor, knowing the difference between an H1 and H2 lubricant is only half the battle. Selecting which is appropriate to use is not always an easy decision. Starting in February 1998, the USDA implemented a hazard analysis and critical control point program, where manufacturers had to assess risk at each point in the operation where contamination might occur. For example, a lubricant used on a conveyor system running over a food line must be H1, since the lubricant could theoretically drip onto the food. However, a conveyor system running underneath a food line may be fine with an H2 lubricant. The decision on which is appropriate to use must be carefully scrutinized on the likelihood that the lubricant may ever come in contact with the food. Because of this, many food processors have taken the approach to always use an H1 lubricant, just to be safe. Sprayon's NSF H1 food grade offering features 12 lubricants designed to meet the diverse needs of today's processing industry. We start with the finest food grade base stocks, including synthetics, renewable oils, and silicones. And then we treat them with the most effective antioxidants, extreme pressure, anti-wear, and corrosion-protecting additives. With heavier load pressures, superior resistance to water washout, lower flammability ratings, and wider temperature ranges, our products are designed to preserve and protect your valuable equipment, preventing costly breakdowns and ensuring maximum performance. And the NSF H1 certification gives you the confidence of knowing our products and processes are in compliance with internationally accepted food safety standards, helping you prevent those costly product recalls. To learn more about the entire line of NSF H1 high-performance food-grade lubricants, the Sprayon 5S visual management system, and our full line of high-performance industrial chemicals and lubricants, please visit us at sprayon.com. Thanks for watching. Please also check out these other Sprayon videos.